Hey everyone, when I cut it last night, I made the strategic call of going to bed. Where am I? True World, right here. So now I assume I'll just edit this in, so it's the same video, unless this ends up being really long. I met the morning with the sound of chirping sparrows and the quiet snoring of a girl. I'd always thought that if this ever happened to me, it'd be wonderful. Who could have imagined it would feel like this? She'd only just fallen asleep and it was already 10 AM. I was worried about leaving her here by herself, but there's something I wanted to check. He's cheating! She's gonna make that joke, isn't she? What is it? Face of a twit. I don't... Wait, that doesn't matter right now. There's no harm in letting her have the wrong idea. Otaku's grown up. I just need to do what I came here for. Hello. Just like the waitress had said, the person I was here to meet had already arrived. She was reading something and frowning, like always. She looked up from her book and spoke to me, curtly. I'm sorry. I sat down and ordered, and she got straight to the point. It's clear she didn't want to waste any time on small talk. Hold on one second, hold on. Hold on, this is just the thermostat episode. Hold on, you stay there. Don't move, okay? Don't move. Don't move. Moving? Better not be moving, I swear. Did you move? Better not have. Sat down and ordered and got straight to the point. Yeah, I already said that, I think. Supposedly know a lot about the brain and the mind, right, Kunosato? Yeah. She has to know Kurisu. In that case, like your opinion as a specialist. Arimore's actions over the past few days had gone well beyond what anyone would consider normal. No matter how much you try to convince her that her brother was dead, she refused to believe. There just so happens to be this department in America where they hire a bunch of young Japanese girls to do brain science for them. Don't ask questions. No, I felt like she didn't even want to believe it. Because Kurisu is like a prodigy who started like 18, right? Kunosato, well, it's implied she's a high school student. So like, she's got to be young. Maho, I don't remember how old Maho was, but she's an anime girl. She can't be over 20. That's impossible. There's never been an anime girl over 20. Arimore was the only one who had seen her brother to begin with. None of us had seen him. Which meant that maybe it was all in her head, after all. But then what was the cause? Could have looked it up on the internet, but not with Arimore in the room. It was better to ask a specialist than just try to figure it out based off some web pages. Kunosato furrowed her brow when I finished talking to her. Does it enough to cause her to get so scared? Can OCD do that? I'm not familiar enough with the medical definition of OCD to define that. Inability to stop from repeatedly thinking certain thoughts or performing certain actions. Sometimes symptoms can be harmless. The inability for one to stop thinking about whether or not they lock the door after— Wait, oh no! I have OCD! Severe cases could leave sufferers unable to live normal lives. The cause is thought to be either stress or a person's personality. The exact cause is unknown. That's not, just because you do that doesn't mean you have OCD, right? Like getting up out of bed like twice to check if like the oven is on or off. That's not OCD, right? Asking for a friend? OCD? She warned me before she continued. Like Lady Macbeth? Bloody hands? A ghost? That'd be Arimore's brother in this case. Arimore felt so guilty over her brother's death that she was seeing him in hallucinations. Now that's alright then. Okay, it's not alright, but at least it's fixable. There's another possibility I was afraid of. The idea that it suddenly come to me last night. ... If I said it out loud, if I gave it shape, something might change. And in a bad way. Then, for example, despite having a bad feeling about it, I couldn't keep myself from saying it. They could take revenge for someone who died, without even realizing it. Is that possible? Furusato might have understood exactly what I meant. She put down her coffee cup and looked me in the eyes. I guess she doesn't really have an... Well, like... I don't know if it's her, though.
まさかお前、有村ひなえが兄になり代わり、父親を殺したと。そう。
Oh, I'm just asking if it's possible.
ありえないことじゃない。
I see. I'd been feeling that way ever since I'd seen her last night. She said that her brother had died because of her. She also said that it was her mom and dad's fault. Perhaps Arimori blamed herself for her brother's death so much that she started hallucinating visions of him. Maybe that started to escalate until unconsciously she thought she was her brother. And then... Is Takeru not going to consider the option of Gigalomaniacs being involved? She killed her father. Of course, Arimori did say she'd been attacked too. In that case, she'd be lying, but... When the thought first came to me, it seemed impossible. I tried to tell myself I was overthinking things. And once the thought came to you, it's impossible to get rid of it. The more you told yourself not to think of it, the more you started to think that maybe it was true. What was the truth? What was the lie? That's what I needed to find out.
Yashiro-senpai!
Hello. Arimori leapt into my arms as soon as I opened the door.
ひどいです。私を置いて出かけるなんて、どこへ行ってたんですか?
Okay, be careful not to lie. Don't lie. Sorry, I went shopping and stuff. Figured we need some things. Look, you're hungry, right? Check out the sandwiches and rice balls I bought at the convenience store.
急にいなくなると心配するじゃないですか.
It's fine. No, it's nothing. Don't think about it. It's impossible. It's...
ちゃんと気をつけましたか?
Careful? Of what?
決まってるじゃないですか。この場所が兄にバレないようにです。で
I told you it's fine. Nobody's chasing after you.
も、兄は私を探してます。だから。
I looked away. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bear to see her like this. I grabbed Arimori by the shoulders and looked her straight into her eyes.
先輩。
Listen to me, Arimura. Your brother is dead. I checked with the police. He's dead. The dead don't come back to life.
でも私は確かに兄に襲われたんです。それは。
Oh, Arimura.
先輩は信じてくれないんですか? 私の言うこと嘘だって。
Doctor, do not answer that. Do not answer that. You have Fifth Amendment. Well, no, you don't have Fifth Amendment rights. There's probably something similar in the Japanese government. You don't have to answer. Don't answer. That's not true. I believe you. I believe you, but Arimori's eyes widened in shock. It was only then that I realized I made a terrible mistake.
嘘。
Arimura.
先輩は私の言ってること信じてくれてないんですね。
Arimura shook off my hands. Large tears began to pour down from her eyes. No, Arimura, that was... I tried to calm her down, but she smacked my hand away.
先輩まで私に嘘をつくんですね。
Arimura.
先輩までパパやママやお兄ちゃんみたいに私に嘘をつくんですね。
Arimura, listen to me.
嫌です。聞きたくなんてありません。私はもう。
Arimura! She slipped past my hand and ran out of the RV. Then she ran out of the park without looking back. Probably should have chased after her, but I hesitated. If it really was Arimura who killed her own father, that thought crossed my mind. I lost my will to follow her. Hey again! He just got finished adjusting like his secret mind control backpack he keeps in the back of his coat. That, you know, is messing with Arimura's subconscious. Gen-san.
ところで例のものまた持ってきてやったぞ。
Gen-san, I'm sorry, but no, it's always time for Cool Cat Press.
なんだよ。せっかく持ってきてやったんだぞ。金は後でもいいから。
But not now. Just don't be mean again. Just leave. Even if he's evil, I still feel bad.
タク。
Just, what am I doing? What am I? Yeah, you can doubt Arimura, but being mean again? Unbelievable. Arimura Hinae was in a hospital room. It took her a while to figure out what she was doing lying in a hospital bed. You could tell that this is after the earthquake was the sepia filter. Yeah, sepia sounds better. When she did, she remembered everything that had happened. She wanted to believe it was a dream, but the bandages around her body and the pain from her injuries told her that it wasn't.
パパとママは
She looked around for her parents. She staggered out of bed and finally saw them in the hallway. They were each talking to someone on the phone, trying to hide from the other as they did. Hinae could tell that they were talking to their lovers. How could they be doing that now, when her brother was dead?
こんな時に何してるのママ
The next thing she knew, she was taking her anger out on her mother.
ひなちゃん、目が覚めたのね。よかった。
That was a lie.
お兄ちゃんが死んだんだよそれなのになんでそんなことできるの
落ち着いたひなちゃん。ママは今大事な電話をしてたのよ。だから。
That was a lie.
ねえどうしてあの時お兄ちゃんを助けに来てくれなかったのお兄ちゃんまだ生きてたパパとママが来てさえくれてたら助け出せたかもしれないのにどうして来てくれなかったのよ
I mean, that's kinda true.
もちろん、私たちだって助けようとしたわ。
So, I mean, they just kind of left, like, okay, see ya, bye. I mean, that was a lie.
じゃあなんであの時もうダメだって
あなたまで巻き込みたくなかったのよ。ああでも言わないと、あなたが中に入っていくと思ったから。
嘘
ひなちゃん
Hinae had grabbed her mother before she'd realized what she was doing.
嘘ばっかりママが言ってるのは全部嘘
It feels like every parent in the Shibuya earthquake was like, this is a good chance to get rid of our kids.
ひなちゃん、やめなさい。
なんでそんな嘘ばっかり言うのなんで本当のこと言ってくれないのそんな嘘なんて私聞きたくない嘘ばっかりついてないで言ってよ本当のこと言いなさいよどうしてお兄ちゃんを見捨てたのなんで殺したの言ってよ言えよ言え
あなたのせいでしょ。
It was the first time she'd seen her mother's face like that. The scary face. All the false kindness had been wiped away. It wasn't the face of her mother anymore. It's the face of a woman!
全部あんたのせいでしょうが。あんたがまだ中にいると思って、それで信号は。あんたがいないって分かってたら、あの子は死ななかった。それをどうして助けなかったって。冗談じゃない。全部あんたのせいじゃないのよ。
That was the truth. The first true thing her mother told her today. That truth destroyed her. Sorry, why didn't they go inside? Why didn't they say, oh, it was your fault in the first place?
私のせい
Shingo had gone out to buy a present for Hinae, just like she had done. Then the earthquake had happened. He'd run back home, found the building half collapsed, then ignored his parents' warnings and went inside. He believed that she was in there, and that's why he had died.
私のせい私のせいでお兄ちゃんは
The whole world shook. Everything she knew fell apart. And that was how Hinae lost everything. Dot dot dot.
うちのクラスに何か
Oh no, is Arimura here?
今日は来てませんけど。
I see. Thanks. The next day, just like I thought, Arimura hadn't come to school. It was after school and the club room was still empty. Dot dot dot. Was it really Arimura who killed her father? Maybe I need to go over everything that happened so far, just to get it clear in my head. And are we gonna do choices? First, the date on locations of the New Gen murders. Yeah, there have been 4. Oh no! Don't look. Oh god, we're going over this again. Yeah, we know this. Good so far. Problem was what came next. Yep. All the murders after Sumo morbidly obese. There are 3 victims. First victim was headless body thus burnt to death. Oh, it's headless? I don't remember that detail. Next was I knew they couldn't identify him. That makes a lot more sense now. Ishida Moe, student at Hekio Academy. Finally, Aomori Koichiro. Oh, he finally got his name. We've just been calling him Aomori's dad this whole time. Aomori Hinae's father. That's the order. Just like I thought, looking back at the cases, it's clear there's no relationship between the first 4 murders and the last 3. First 4 cases have been extremely bizarre. The latter ones are brutal, but fairly ordinary. More than anything, they're the sumo stickers. I'm so relieved that they're gone that I've been slow to pick up on it. There are no sumo stickers anywhere to be found near the sites of the last 3 murders. In other words, they're two completely separate groups. Not to mention, Ishida Moe had been a huge fan of Aomori Hinae. Koichiro was her father. In a broad sense, those 2 were related to Aomori. Then there's the headless, burnt body. I hadn't identified the body yet, but maybe means that I was right. Kazuki! Turning around at the sound of the door opening, saw Kazuki standing there. Oh, it's you, Kazuki. That made me about getting a second opinion. Kazuki, that wouldn't be possible. Say something, say something! When I turned back to the board, only to realize that Kazuki was staring at me. What's wrong? Surprisingly, Aomori had taken a liking to the silent Kazuki. Kazuki didn't seem to mind her either. They had built up a unique friendship. Or maybe Kazuki was worried about Aomori too. Did she? Oh, there we go. There we go. Huh? What was that? Kazuki? Just talk? Okay, she can talk of her own free will. Kazuki, did you? Come to think of it, she did talk once before. Last time, felt like she was so caught up on Aomori's energy that she'd spoken without thinking. That doesn't matter right now. Kazuki, what did you? Kazuki, what's your power? This time I could hear her clearly. Why do you think that it's your fault?
前にひなさんがお兄さんの話をして、その時に私が聞いたからかも。
So Kazuki could just talk? Like she could just do this? Asked what?
お兄さんに会いたいって。
What on earth is she talking about? So can her powers letting her see? I don't know. We'll expand on it. Why would it be her fault for asking if Aomori wanted to see her brother? Kazuki, you have to explain it to me or I won't understand. What exactly do you mean?
だって私も能力者だから。
Wow, what a stunning shock, like plot twist. Nobody could have seen this coming. Psychic? Wait. Do you mean a gigalomaniac? You are?
うん。私がお兄さんに会いたいって聞いちゃったから。だからひなさん、お兄さんの姿を。
That doesn't explain the murders though.
ひなさん優しいから。だから私もお話ししたくて。でも私また取り返しのつかないことしちゃったかも。
Why did Kazuki never speak up in the comment round? Hey, I'm a psychic too, by the way. But like, or alternatively, like, did she use her power in the comment round and we didn't notice it? Well, I didn't notice it. Not only was Kazuki not used to talking, but she was sobbing too. It's hard to get anything out of her. But I understood what she was trying to say. Aomori was seeing her brother because Kazuki had asked if she wanted to see him. That was because of her power as a gigalomaniac. Of course, it's possible Kazuki was joking or mistaken. However, from the look of things, it didn't seem that way. Which meant what Arimura was saying really was true. I didn't know if her brother Shitsuin really killed her father. Some power of Kazuki was causing Arimura to see her brother. Was it a hallucination or a mistake? In that case, who had killed her father?
Miyajiro!
Hey, Ito. Suddenly, the door burst open and Ito rushed inside. What? I'm thinking right now. We can talk later.
ほう。その様子じゃ、やっぱ知らねえみてえだな。そっかそっか。状況様ともあろうものが。ほう。
Is Ito about to do
そう
something
です
evil?
か。
What don't I know?
いや、いいって。今考え事してんだろ。だったら後にするよ。
Don't be a dick, man. Just tell me already.
教えてください。
Yeah? This is not the time, Ito. Fine, I'm sorry. Please tell me what happened.
なんか気持ちがこもってねえな。
Your butthole, pardon my French. Just before I started to get really mad, though, the door opened once more and Serica ran in.
聞いたタク、新しい事件が起きたって。
あ、おのえ、おま、それ。
A new case? Do you mean?
殺人事件。
Takuya's like, I have no time for this. I have to deal with my Arimura. It can't be.
それ俺が今から言おうとしたやつ。
I ignored that idiot and ran up to Serica. And? Who was killed? I ended up almost grabbing her. Serica looked a little scared.
あ、
Just tell me, who was the victim?
確か40代の女の人だって。
I was like, a woman in her 40s. Wasn't Arimura's mom, was it?
ひなちゃんのってどうして？
違うよ。それだったらいくら俺だってもっと早く乗ってる。
Uh-huh. Was it? Is that someone that's related to Arimura? Does it have nothing to do with the others, or? Oh, ring ring. Could it be Arimura? Grabbed the phone out of my pocket and looked at the name on the screen. Wasn't who I hoped it was.
Miyashiro-kun ka?
Oh
Shinjo
no.
da.
I could hear the tension in his voice and it scared me. Why are you calling?
つい数時間前に渋谷界隈で新たな事件があったのは知っているか？三上ひな子という40代の女性が殺された事件だ。
Is that Arimura's aunt? Yes, we were just talking about it.
その事件の容疑者が判明した。
Uh-oh. A suspect? Who is it?
いいか、よく聞け。10月25日に石田萌を殺害し、続く26日に有村光一郎を殺害。さらに昨夜、三上ひな子を殺害したと思われる一連の事件の容疑者は有村ひなえの母親だ。
Oh, what?
Takuru, どう？
It was a person that wasn't even a character the whole time. Well, you know, she did show up in that one CG when Arimura was a kid. Oh, good. She's not picking up. Hirsu and the others had arrived in the club room afterwards. I filled them in on the situation. We tried to call her, but with no luck. Maybe she didn't want to answer my calls. And it was all my fault, because I doubted her.
今はそんなこと言ってる場合じゃないでしょ。そうだよ。早くひなちゃんの居場所を突き止めなきゃ。
Serica's like, wow, I didn't even plan this. This is awesome. Takuya's having so much fun. But she's not picking up her phone, so I don't know where she is. That's right.
でも、どうにかするしかないじゃない。何かいい方法を考えましょう。
Away. I can't think of anything. That's when someone handed me a phone. Yasuki?
つながったかも。ひなさんに。
I grabbed the phone and put it to my ear.
もしもし。もしもし。
Moshi Moshi Kyonkun Denwa? I could say it. Arimura, it's me, Miyashiro!
先輩。
Wait, don't hang up, listen to me. Sorry I doubted you. You weren't wrong, I was wrong. So I'm sorry, really.
先輩。
Okay, her power does work over the phone. Can we meet somewhere? I need to tell you something in person. I can't tell you now because...
今は
Yeah.
無理です。
But why not?
今からお母さんと会う約束をしてるんです。
Ah!
だからその後なら。
Oh, wait, Arimori, don't go! You can't! He couldn't have said it earlier. That would have, you know, ruined the plot.
僕、ひなちゃんは？
She hung up. I called back and she wouldn't answer. She either wasn't getting a signal or she turned off her phone. Either way, we had no way of contacting her now. She told me that she's meeting with her mother.
おい、それってまずいんじゃねえか。
どこで会うかわからないの？
I didn't have time to ask.
何か手がかりはないの？二人で一緒に行ったところとか、思い出の場所とか。
Don't be stupid. She wouldn't meet with her mother at a place like... Wait. Think I heard... Ah! Oh, background noise? We're doing that? I wasn't paying enough attention. Yeah, so if it was me, Arimori would just be dead. We wouldn't get there in time. Heard a sound on the other side of the phone. That's probably... Remembering my conversation with Shinjo-san as I ran. Her mother... You mean her mother's the killer?
石田萌殺し以降の事件についてはほぼ間違いないと見ていい。それからその前の焼死体についてもおそらくは。
There again, the other said insisted I put the phone on speaker mode. I did that before I continued. Wired her mom.
有村家が家庭として破綻していたのは知っているか？
Yeah, more or less. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's easy to imagine after what Arimori told me.
有村ひなえの父親と母親はそれぞれ別の相手、いわゆる愛人がいて、事実上生活の基盤はほぼそっちにあったらしい。ところが20年近く続いていた有村めぐみと愛人との仲は先月の頭に突如破綻。どうやらその頃から彼女の様子は少しおかしくなっていたようだ。
Who do you think Arimori's dad is? Place you back to everyone. We got Sakuma, we got Gen, we got Shinjo, we got the teacher, we got... I think we're out of male characters, unless it's someone else from Science Adventure.
当初自分を捨てた愛人へ向けられていた憎悪は次第に自らの家庭と夫に向けられるようになった。そもそも家庭が幸せであれば夫がしっかりしてさえいれば自分が外で浮気することもなかったと。
そんな。
Oh, no one knows there? Kirsu raised her voice in anger at Arimori's mother's selfish actions.
やがてその考えはエスカレートし、最終的には娘である有村ひなえに向けられるようになったらしい。
But why?
有村ひなえこそが有村家がバラバラになる決定的な要因であり、また有村めぐみが愛人と別れることになった原因でもあったから。
Arimori's real father was her mother's lover. Of course, her dad knew this. Her birth caused a rift in the Arimori family, essentially ceased to be a family at all. All's voice was the strange power that Arimori had. She seemed to have it under control now, but at first, she hadn't known how to handle it. As a result, her mother had come to fear and loathe her.
精神的に不安定になった有村めぐみは自分を捨てた愛人を殺害し、
Oh!
首を切断した上で遺体を焼却。
That was the first murder.
さらには自らの不幸の原因となった娘有村ひなえと夫有村光一郎の殺害を目論んだ。
But she doesn't know what her daughter looks like, so she just looked for all the blonde twin-tailed girls out there?
第二の被害者である石田萌は有村ひなえと間違われ誤って殺されたと警察では見ている。そして彼女は現在警察の手を逃れ娘である有村ひなえの殺害を企てていると考えられる。
It was Arimori's mother, Arimori Megumi, who killed her father. Now her mother was trying to kill her too. And there are the phantoms of her dead brother haunting her. Dang it! I did something I couldn't take back now. All I can do to atone now is find Arimori as fast as possible. I had to stop her from meeting with her mother, no matter what. Breathing sounds. My lungs were already at their limit. My lack of exercise had caught up with me. My legs weren't doing what I told them to. I had to keep going. Because I was sure that Breathing sounds. I think what I heard was Aomori was probably around here somewhere.
どうして
Haku. I heard her. That's definitely Aomori's
どう
voice.
してなのママ
Where is she?
決まってるでしょ。あんた
Over there.
ママ
I looked for my mom where she said she'd be, where Aomori's be. I was so surprised that she suddenly texted me. Never thought she'd actually say she wanted to see me. First I thought she'd just been joking. Couldn't believe what she said either. I was so sad to lose your father that way. You gotta do this over a phone call? Maybe she really meant it. I hadn't talked to my mom in a long time. Mama started avoiding me when she realized I had the power to tell when she was lying. So I didn't know what had happened to her and dad since then. They didn't care. I'd figured that after my brother's death, they hadn't tried to get back together, but split off to do their own thing. Maybe she'd changed. Maybe dad's death had made her rethink things. I decided to do what she hoped I would. Wait. Decided to do what she hoped. Oh yeah. The last wish I had left. They'd come to meet my mom here at this abandoned bicycle tunnel. And I immediately regretted it. How they ever
来てく
right.
れて嬉しいわ。
She's Senri! We found her, everyone! She's the last character in the voice. No. I'm surprised they bothered to make us write for her. She really meant it.
ずっと会いたかったのよ。
Oh. They didn't bother to make her lips move though. She meant that too.
パパが亡くなって、ママにとって大切なのはあなただけ。
A lie.
これからはママと二人、ずっと一緒よ。
A lie.
さあ、もっとこっちに来て。その可愛い顔をよく見せて。
Lie, lie, lie! All lies!
ねえママ
I spoke out.
どうしてそんな嘘つくの
嘘じゃないわ。ママは本当にあなたのこと。
Having like the lip movement for all the other characters but not her feels so weird. Like in most visual novels, this is just the case, right? So it wouldn't feel weird. But now that I've had it, it's like, what am I looking at?
嘘よ私にはわかるもんママが本当のこと言ってないって
ひなちゃんこそどうしてそんなこと言うの？
And then just like some random
ママ
guy
が
comes to
こん
get
な
their
にあ
bike
な
back.
たのこと愛しているのに。
Like, hey, sorry if I interrupting. Let me just get this bike. Oh, the lock stuck. Ooh, I can't get the key in. Like,
それも嘘
Mom looked surprised for a second, but then she looked down at her feet and didn't say anything. Maybe I'd said too much?
ママ
Yeah.
わかったわよ。だったら本当のことを言ってあげる。
ママ
Was this her real voice?
あんたのせいよ。
This actually was her real voice.
だいたい最初から慎吾さえいなければパパと結婚しなくてもよかったのに。
Mom's words?
だけどあんたはあの人との子。だから大切にしてあげたのに。それなのに。あんたみたいな子が生まれたせいで私の人生はめちゃくちゃよ。
We're all true.
産まなきゃよかった。慎吾もあんたみたいな気持ちの悪い子もみんな生まれてこなきゃよかったのよ。
She really was telling the truth.
だから消えてちょうだい。ママの前から私の前から消えて。
The words I wanted to hear. The words I didn't want to hear.
ほらね、慎吾もそう望んでるわ。
お兄ちゃん
そうよ。お兄ちゃんがね、毎日ママのところに来て言うのよ。痛い死にたくなかったって。
お兄ちゃん
全部あんたたちのせいよ。したくもない結婚をしたのも、家庭がめちゃくちゃになったのも、私の幸せを奪ったのも、全部あんたたちのせい。
Will the Chaos series ever have an antagonist, minor or major, that just isn't like a complete psychopath? No.
あんたたちが生まれたから、あんたみたいな化け物が生まれたから。だからあの人も。
Here's telling the truth. This is the truth that I wanted to hear. This is the truth? Then I...
私の気持ち、分かってくれるでしょう。だったら。
Mom took something out of her bag. Talos wrapped and fell off. I could see a little bit of sunlight glinting off the exposed metal. See, if you bring a gun, you can like be sure, you know, you just point and shoot, right? The knife, you got to get up there personal, and then like, you know, Taku can come in and save, you know, the girl. So that's why you just want a gun instead. Even though I recognized what it was, I couldn't move. Which, I mean, I'm sure that's easy to get in Japan, right? They just sell them at the store. The truth that I'd heard had shocked me so much that I couldn't move.
あなたさえいなければ、私は幸せになれるの。
Mom smiled. The first time I'd seen her real smile.
ママ、バイバイ。ひなちゃん。
She came closer. She looked so happy. There's nothing I could do but wait for her embrace. I mean, you could summon a sword, run. Yeah, did Taku take the... Arimura should be around here.
全部あんたのせいよ。
That voice.
全部あんたたちのせい。
That's Arimura's. Raced towards the voice. Under the dimly lit bridge, in an empty space with nothing but the sound of the trains, was Arimura.
あなたさえいなければ、私は幸せになれるの。
There's a woman standing in front of her. She was so tired that she looked very aged, probably in her early 40s. The woman had taken something out of her bag.
ママ、バイバイ。ひなちゃん。
When the woman started walking towards Arimura, I understood the situation. At this rate, Arimura would be killed. From where I was standing, I wouldn't reach her in time. Dang it! She's right over there! And all I can do is watch her, she dies? Oh, don't worry, random bicycle guy's gonna save her. Dang it, dang it, dang it! Arimura! Screamed as loud as I could, but... Throw a sword! The woman didn't hear my voice. She held the blade in front of her and began to run. Yeah, then I saw something in the corner of my eye. Right, he can do this. This is something he can do. It was a T-sword. Is that a gun? There's a loud noise and this woman suddenly recoiled backwards. Shingo? Shinjo? Not Shingo, Shinjo. Then she grabbed her ears and fell to her knees. Red drops fell from between her fingers. Did my power cause that? My power caused her earrings to move, ripping them out of her ears. It only held her back for a moment. You know, you could have just told Shinjo, hey, I think she might be here. Can you go there? Like that, a phone call to Shinjo would have saved everything. She glared at Arimura and charged with the blade once more. Arimura!
Senpai!
Flung myself between them. Sound of a train. The warning bells as the crossing bars lowered. Light and shadow intersecting. And a burning pain. Hey look, Okabe lived this. You can live it too.
Senpai! Miyashiro senpai!
Wait, he had time travel plot armor, didn't he? Uh-oh. If I remember right, the scene where well, I don't want to spoil Steins Gate. The scene where Okabe gets stabbed, wink wink, he literally could not die, right? If I remember right. I heard footsteps somewhere deep in my head. Arimura's mother had probably come back to her senses after stabbing me, then ran off somewhere. The pain was so strong that I couldn't look to see. Arimura! Must have passed out without realizing it. Because the next thing I knew, Arimura was cradling my head in her lap.
Senpai! じっとしててください! 今、救急車を!
You should have done that already, you idiot! I'm sorry, Arimura. Softly rubbed her cheek. Her pretty pale skin was stained dark red with my blood.
どうして謝るんですか?
Like, you should really be calling that ambulance, like right now. Because I didn't believe you. can forgive me. Just one more time. Please call the ambulance. Really need the ambulance. Arimoya, is she crying?
私こそごめんなさい。あんな風に飛び出していったりして。先輩は最後まで私のことを、それなのに。
Arimoya.
だからお願い、先輩、死なないで。
Arimoya's tears wet my cheeks. Tears fell in great numbers, rolling off my cheeks and hitting the ground. Arimoya. But I'm already. Arimoya, I really need an ambulance. When I woke up from my sleep, I saw the face of the person I've been dreaming of and panicked.
あれ、私眠って。宮代先輩。
Is this a delusion? The real Takuro would never look so happy. Oh, you're awake.
ごめんなさい。先輩を待ってる間にうとうとしちゃってました。
What's the Skyrim quote? They caught you crossing the border. We're here with this thief and the leader of the Stormcloaks, Ulfric, whatever his name is. It's fine. You don't need to worry about it. Senpai was always so nice to me. Sometimes I wanted to let him spoil me. What?
宮代先輩って優しいですよね。
What are you talking about? I'm not.
優しいですよ。だってあの時私を助けに来てくれたんですもん。
That was because I was worried about you.
ねえ、先輩、
What is it?
痛みます？傷。
Well, sometimes. It's not a big deal. Oh, I know what happened. No showed up and used her power on Takuro, and that saved him.
ごめんなさい。私のせいで。
You know, stab resistance. It's very strong. It's not your fault. How many times do I have to tell you?
やっぱり私のせいです。私の心が弱かったから。だから。
Arimoya.
でもね、私気づいたんです。世界は本当か嘘、どちらかで割り切れるものじゃないって。
Literally Umineko.
世界には嘘と本当が半分ずつあって、私たちはそれを承知で受け入れていかなきゃいけないんだって。
I think Umineko would be more, the world is all truths.
そうじゃなきゃきっと誰も立ち行かなくなってしまうから。もっと早くにそう気づいてれば、私は。
My mom had been arrested shortly after that. An officer at a police box had seen her staggering down the street, covered in blood, and taken her in. She had lost her mind, to the point where they weren't even sure she could stand trial. She'd have to go to some hospital, Shinjo-san since said. It's her own fault that this is happening. Hey, I know this nice hospital, they have this really nice basement. She can stay there. Part of it was my fault too. I would have to carry the burden of that truth for the rest of my life. But at least you know now, right? That the world is half truth and half lies.
はい。
And it's alright. As long as you know that, you can keep moving forward.
はい。
Senpai would always tell me the path that I needed to follow. So that's why I...
宮代先輩、一つお願いがあるんですけど。
What is it?
キスしてもらってもいいですか？
What?
嫌ですか？
No, it's not that, but... Hey, why you...
その言葉が本当ならいいですよね。キス。
That's... Wow!
いたの
？She's just trying to play ESO 2
だ
back
ったら
there.
もう少しの間だけ見ないふりしててくれればよかったのにな。
Stop pounding the wall! You'll punch a hole in it! So close, too.
もうタクったらこんなところにいた。今日は復興祭、みんなで行く予定でしょ。
And then there was a terrible earthquake that killed everyone. The end.
なんだ、有村も一緒か。さては二人して乳くり合ってやがったな。
乳くりって伊藤くん、もうちょっと言い方に気をつけなさい。
Sheesh. Might be a while before I get that kiss at this rate.
先輩、
Hmm?
行きましょうか、復興祭。
Oh yeah!
その代わり二人で。
It's actually just a happy ending? Huh? You have to say it started to run.
だって約束でしょ。ほら行きましょう先輩。
Hey, wait!
ああ、二人で抜け駆けずるい。こら、廊下は走っちゃダメよ。
And then I'm just gonna cut to a CG of Arimura pulling him by his hand. We probably don't even see Takura, it's just Arimura in this CG.
そこかよ。
And she's smiling and it cuts to black. Oh, no CG? Just this guy? He was right. As long as I was with him, I could keep moving forward. Even in a world of truth and lies. Because when he came to save me, I knew. I knew that his feelings were true. So,
ありがとう先輩。
at the end? Credits? Hold on, let's... Yeah, it's all in Japanese. Okay, skip these. Post-credit scene, or...? We haven't gotten an achievement yet. Yeah, okay. November 21st. Oh, it's been like 2 weeks? Appreciate credit bureau.
全員揃っているかな。
Okay, what's happened? Shinjo-san looked around at the assembled group before he spoke. It's an early Saturday morning. There's still quite a few people here. Ito's still just hanging. He's what do you call it when you're like a spy and you're waiting for the code word to like activate you? He's like a sleeper agent. Well, I mean, I guess Momose is too, actually. They're all sleeper agents. Kunosato probably is too. Shinjo's the only like normal guy there. Kunosato Mio, student at Hekio Academy in the famous Kei-san of Shibuya News. He's like, Ito's mind controlled by Sakuma. Momose, as I was told by a commenter, is revealed to be a member of the committee in Senna's route. And Kunosato, she's a loose cannon. She could work for anyone. Ito Shinjo, part of the Hekio newspaper club. And Nono, Ana, Erika, no Arimori or Takuru. Is there something else going on in this route that was left unexplained? None of them looked happy to be here. Had a vague idea of why they had been brought here, they still seemed to be afraid of what they were about to hear. Shinjo-san didn't seem to feel very different. He slowly began to speak, with the same expression of tension on his face as the rest of them.
有村ひなえと宮代拓が見つかった。
Nope. They went missing after the festival? Shinjo-san began to tell them what the police had learned about what had happened between me, Arimura, and her mother on November 4th. Oh, Takuru's there, I guess.
お願い先輩、死なないで。
Right? Because, yeah, didn't mention him in the scene, though. So, everyone except Arimura. Well, no, but he found... What? Okay. After your mother stabbed me, I was lying on the ground begging for her to call an ambulance. Even now, I can still remember how hot her tears had felt. Arimura! It's the 3 digits. Well, it's 911 in America. What is it in Japan? Like 111 or something? My consciousness gradually began to fade. Arimura, I really need an ambulance. Then in the corner of my eye, I saw her. It's Arimura's mother. Thought she had left, but I was wrong. All sanity was gone from her eyes. Saw a sharp flash as she raised her hand high above Arimura's head. It's like Disco Elysium! Kim, dodge! Behind you! Arimura! With all the strength I had left, I pushed Arimura down and covered her with my body. Really need an ambulance! A burning pain ran down my back. Again and again. again and again and again. I don't think he's gonna be in Chaos Child 2. Pain. Screams. Maybe the police too. Yeah, police at the in an ambulance. Mad laughter. A horn. Sound of a train. Wait, so that whole scene we just saw before the credits, that was a delusion? Light and shadow. At that point, I didn't even know what was going on anymore. All I could discern was the sound of something hitting the ground. Sound of dragging feet, as well as... I got the good ending, right? Hold on, okay, freeze, you're crying. I'm just gonna check Chaos Child guides. Gonna double check I did the right thing. Walkthroughs. Okay, do I use this one? I think I did all positives, yeah. Arimura sobs. Arimura! Please! The ambulance! I tried to speak, but I felt unbelievably weak. When I finally did, my voice was barely a whisper. But I still used all the strength I had left. I had to tell her. Tell her about the ambulance. I had to tell Arimura. I'm kind of ruining the scene, but... Arimura!
Senpai!
Sorry!
いいです。喋らなくていいですから。
But if I don't tell you now, I won't get the chance.
そんなこと聞きたくない。
I think I need an air. I can't not think it. I can't. I need love you.
先輩。
Really, let's traumatize her for life. That's what you should do, Takuro. Great idea.
はい。わかります。本当だって。
I'm so glad.
先輩。いやねえ先輩。やめてくださいよ。やだ。先輩。
宮代拓郎を刺した後、有村めぐみは血まみれでふらふらと歩いているところを警ら中の警官に確保された。
Okay, where were they then for the last like 2 weeks? 3 weeks, I think, actually closer. 2 and a
ただ
half.
残念ながら彼女は現在でも心神喪失状態で話を聞ける状態ではないようだ。
You know, no point during any of that did Arimura think, hey, I could just summon my sword and stop my mom from stabbing Takuro. At no point did she consider that.
それで二人は
Like, Arimura is waving that thing back and forth the entire coming out. She's still not gotten to use it.
有村ひなえがその後宮代拓と共に現場から姿を消していたことは知っているな。
Shinjo-san took their silence as a yes and continued.
どうしたものか。これまで警察がいくら探しても二人を見つけることはできなかった。それが昨日になってようやく発見に至った。二人は例の封鎖されている AH 総合病院の地下室に潜り込んでいたらしい。
Let's go! The place had been locked up tight. There's no way anyone could find us there. In fact, we'd stayed down there for almost 3 weeks.
そんなことより二人は無事なんですよね。
Yeah, I'm sure they're fine.
それは
二人についてだが、
Kunosato picked up where Shinjo-san hesitated. He'd already heard it, seemed.
現在有村ひなえは病院に保護されている。発見された当時、彼女の腕の中には宮代宝がいたそうだ。
It was safe and sound because they got that ambulance right in time.
ただ死後2週間以上経過した彼の体はすで
What?
にほとんどが腐敗し、 一部は白
Where'd the
骨
body
化
parts go?
また遺体の一部は欠損していたらしい。
I could see them all gasp in horror. And who's narrating?
そして有村ひなえは腐敗した宮代拓の体を大事そうに抱きかかえずっと話しかけていた。
Wait, is it literally just the Machina ending from Grisaya? The bad ending? That's right. I died right after that. Ghost Takeru? It's to be expected given how many times I've been stabbed. She's not no. It doesn't have... Next thing I knew, I was in that hospital. My body was there, unmoving. Arimori was... How did she get the body all the way there? Without anyone seeing her? I didn't know how Arimori had gotten it down there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But maybe they used a vehicle to transport it. You know, like a vehicle that would blend in at a hospital. Like an ambulance. Probably gotten help from her. Oh, that is... Okay, get a garbage bag and it's literally Machina's bad ending. Arimori was talking to me with a happy look on her face. Who is... Her! It's the White Ribbon Arimori! Ribbon theory still real!
先輩、お願いがあるんですけど。
Actually, I have no idea who her could be. Senri? She seemed to think she was at school. She kept saying the same thing over and over. I was sure that she was hearing my voice as well. Not just me. Seiko was there. Ryusu. It was Ito and Kazuki. All she was seeing was...
ひなちゃんには見えてるんだよ。
Oh.
本当の世界が。
Duh. That's Serika for you. She knew exactly what I wanted to say. Yeah, that was the true world. Serika's like, oh yeah, Takeru will love this. His mummified corpse hanging out in the hospital basement. Yeah, that'll be a good time for him. The world of truth that Arimori had wished for. She could hear them. Voices without lies. Now I knew that I was a part of her. Serika softly touched Kusu's head.
そんな顔しちゃダメだよ。だってきっとタクも楽しかったから。
Serika!
タク、そうだよね。
Don't break the fourth wall. I mean, I guess that's not really breaking the fourth wall. It's maybe everyone looked out the window in unison, up at the sky, completely ignoring what Serika's ominous words. How strange. I'm right here. What Serika said was right. It was for the best. My voice couldn't reach her anymore. But Arimori now had the world she desired. She'd attained a world of truth. She was still whispering, inside of that empty room.
ありがとう、先輩。
Is this like what the connecting tissue for the true rout's gonna be? Like Takeru's ghost thing? Dark Sky End. Yeah, okay, that's a good ending. Hold on, I want to show me that. Yeah, there's Arimori. That was an ending. Right? Jeez, okay. That was... I mean, I was kind of expecting like a bad ending, but like not like that bad of an ending, right? Like, I thought it'd be bittersweet, not just entirely bitter. But like, I wonder if all the ghosts of Takeru are gonna join together for the true ending or something. And do you think that, well, I think bringing Arimori over to the true ending would kind of be a mistake. Like, she's been traumatized for life like 3 times over. Like, let that one rest. But I'll need to see a different ending to see if I'm right about that. Speaking of different endings, I'm still split on whether I want to do Kazuki or No next. I think I'm gonna start it later today, so I'll find out soon. Because I asked at the end of the comment round, right? What route order, like if it matters much at all. These people always say, do Arimura, Kazuki, Uki, no. I don't know if it's in that order. I'm just moving my mouth. Maybe it's in this order. Or that order. Nobody knows, right? Like, does that matter? Because I could see how that could be relevant. Like in this route, we find out Kazuki's a sidekick. It's kind of like a big reveal, right? It could be like a, I think Fate does a very good job of this. Like, for example, there's a big plot reveal in the second round, right? It's like a huge part of it. Then in the third round, it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, this is a thing. And you know, that's why route order matters, because it sets expectations, right? But there is no locked in route order in game, unlike Fate, which forces you to do it in that order. But it still could be intended. Like, with Robotic Source, I looked at that guide for that. That game is a mess. Apparently, like, chapters like 5 through 9, or something like that. I don't know the exact numbers, okay? Or like the heroine routes. And if you don't get the flags to trigger their route, you just completely skip that chapter. The story still acts like that chapter happened, but you just don't get that chapter. That is crazy to me. Like, and apparently, like, it's like Steins Gate, where the conditions for getting the routes are like convoluted. It's terrible. Yeah, so I could see Chaos Child being weird like with this. So maybe I'll do Kazuki's. But also, I really want to get more No. But No might have Albedorum content. I'll decide. Anyway, that was a trip. That was. I need time to decompress. Can we just go hang out with Kazuki and play ESO 2? Maybe I'll do that before something terrible happens and Kazuki's out. I don't know. See you guys next time. Bye.